names here somewhere. Okay, so we have Carrie. I don't know, Carrie, if you're on, go ahead and unmute yourself. Carrie, is that you?
Yes, can you see me?
We can see you, we can hear you. Thank you so much for coming on. So if you can really quickly just bless us with your story, let us know where you're coming from, and yeah, let us know how quick it worked and what it did for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on. So I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I'll just back you up to last year. It was a miserable year. I had plantar fasciitis in my left foot, and I had tried everything. I've been in health and wellness industry for 25 years, so I knew all the natural things that could help, except nothing was working. And I ended up at the doctor. I wore a boot to sleep. I did all the things that they tried, and everything natural from chiropractor to reflexology, and was getting nowhere. And so in July, I experienced a tear in the foot, and I thought, oh man, what have I done? So the doctor puts 3 injections in it in August, and 1 month to the day later, I was on the tennis court, and there was a loud pop, and the entire bottom of my foot ripped open. And it was miserable. It hurt so bad. And so I got to the point where I couldn't sleep, I couldn't walk, I was limping, my hips were hurting, and I can remember the night very clearly, November the 30th. I was sitting on the couch with my foot iced and just miserable, and my phone rang. And my friend Andy had a frozen shoulder for 14 months and was no longer in pain after 5 days of these patch, and had full motion in his arm. And I went, how do I order them, and how fast can I get them? Because I wanted my life back. I'm very active. I play on 5 different tennis teams. I'm at the golf course. Like, I'm always doing things, and I just was miserable. And so the patches came in, and I'm telling you what, on day 3, it was a whole new world. We had a 3-hour drive to a college graduation, and I got out of the car and walked a very long way in wedges, and there was no limp, and there was no pain, and there hasn't been any since. And it's incredible. I'll tell you guys, I get a deep tissue massage every single week for 2 hours, and I moan and I groan and I cry my way through them, but I know how important it is. And for the last 3 months, my massage therapist said, I've never seen anybody that their body has literally changed in my hands. And she said, I can't find anywhere that I can hurt you. And she said, and I actually hear you snoring. And I'm like, good. So it's been incredible. And I'm at that phase now, 4 months, where people are starting to ask me, what's different? Have you changed your makeup? Have you changed your skincare? My hair is growing. It's getting thick. So I just keep thinking it just keeps getting better. But I'll tell you, that night when I got that phone call, I wanted my life back for sure. We just had our third grandbaby 3 weeks ago. And so we want to be the healthy version for them and give them all the things we were able to give our kids, right? But that night I also ordered patches for my husband and my mom. And my mom was kind of at that point in life where she was like, I'm done trying. Just let me be. I'm about to turn 81. Life is good, like whatever. And I just said, okay. And when they came in, I walked in there and I showed her the little patch, and she said, I thought I told you I wasn't buying anything. And I will tell you, you're about to hear her story. And the best investment I ever made was a sleeve of patches. So
beautiful.
Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Carrie. And look at you. She's literally a very active person. I saw your white glove. You're literally on the golf course. That's not an image back there.
So, Carrie, is your mother Billy?
yes.
Okay, so let's pull up Billy next, Mike.
She's next. So, Billy, where are you? She's probably at the bowling alley.
No, I'm here. I'm trying to get the video on. Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear. So you're going to see the little emblem right next to the microphone. It's a little camera with a little red slash. If you click that, we should be able to see you.
There you are.
You look beautiful in the picture, even more beautiful in person. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, of course, you would have Carrie on first so she can make me cry before we start.
Oh.
Because I was very negative. I had hurt so long. And I said my story's longer, but we're going to shorten it down as much as we can. I had, like I said, it was in severe pain and stayed that way. I had lived for 6 years with steroid injections in my neck and my lower back every 3 months, and PRP injections where they took my blood out, spun it out, and put it in my shoulder and both knees. Because when I fell, I did a number. I have bulging disc in my cervical and lumbar spine. I fractured my fifth vertebra in the lumbar, my right knee and shattered. I cracked my right knee, shattered my right shoulder with a 9 millimeter break, tore the rotator cuff in the right arm and the lateral meniscus in the left knee. In addition to those pains, I have AFib, hypothyroidism, osteoporosis, diabetes, high blood pressure, post-polio syndrome, and I was using a walker and a scooter. As she told you, I'm 81 years old, so I didn't have the life I wanted to live. And since I was negative and didn't want to listen about the patches because I wasn't going to do anything else, because sitting still, I didn't hurt, and I didn't want to do anything else. I'd spent so much money doing everything. So Carrie didn't tell me anything. She was true to her word. She said, put them on for 30 days. And that's all I'm asking. I won't say another word. She didn't tell me they were going to do anything. I knew they had helped Andy's shoulder. So I was expecting some relief in the shoulder, but never dreamed that my world was fixing to change completely. And when I say change completely, this arm that I couldn't move, I can take it clear around me to the back, and I had no motion in it. My massage therapist came today and he told me that I was a totally different person. He said that completely different person than I was 4 months ago. He just can't believe it. And of course he left with patches. To take this through, I am a diabetic, but I've just recently gone for my annual physical with my general doctor, whatever you want to call her, and my cardiologist. And when I went to her, my diabetes had gone from diabetes to pre-diabetes.
Wow.
And then I have all these little papers here where they printed out last year and this year at the cardiologist, because when he came in, he pulled his stool clear over to me and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I've got this patch on my neck." And did you know that I have been going in and out of AFib? I said, and he's been taking care of me now for about 7 years. So he knows that I stay in AFib 24 hours a day. I never come out of AFib. So I said, he will know how consistent it was. And I said, well, it's not really all that consistent. It's just when I take my blood pressure, that little shaky heart emblem on there. I said, I've had about 5 or 6 readings that little shaky heart's not there. And I said, it's not consistent. The AFib comes back, but I said, I'm believing it's going to go away completely.
Wow.
He said, well, I've got good news. And I said, I was expecting it. So anyhow, he showed me on here from last year and this year. Last year, my ejection fraction on my heart was 55/60. Instead of me going down with me getting a year older, this year it's 60/65. So my heart is getting stronger. And I will not say I no longer use the walker. I still use the walker. I take my clothes out of the dryer and take them and put them up. I put them on it. But I no longer use the walker. And when I went to my grandkids' games and things, I had to use a scooter. And I'm now walking a quarter of a mile on the treadmill and exercising again. And life is just totally different. Also, I have not been able to drive at night because I could not differentiate between the road, the side of the road, or any barriers. It was like they were all the same thing. I was just like in a tunnel. So I couldn't drive at night, and I can see clearly and sharply. And that was at the 3-month mark.
Wow.
So, like I said, the first thing I noticed was that I could move my neck without it hurting, because to look behind me, I had to do this. Now I can do this. It doesn't hurt. Like I said, I have, when we do the stretches, I have free range in all my arms and legs. And again, let's see. Oh, my hair's coming in darker and it's getting thicker. And I went from, I'm not going to spend a dime on a patch on December the 7th to placing a diamond order on the 15th of December.
Wow.
Because my life changed.
That's so beautiful.
Wow.
Wow. And you do not look 81. I think you got to show us your driver's license, because that does not look 81 to me. You look absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going backwards. I told the kids I won't go to 29, but I think I'm going to go to 49. And none of them.
I love it. I love it. So you've been using the X39 for how long? 4 months?
4 months. I started on December 7th.
And you noticed some shifts in your body in under 30 days.
Yes. Yes, I noticed, well, the thing that sold me that, I was shocked and surprised that I could turn my head and my pain level was going down.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me was I had polio at 14 and I had the bulbar polio, paralytic polio, and I had to learn to walk again and it damaged my diaphragm. Well, so I've never been able to breathe like normal people, but I adjusted my life where it was never a disability to me. It's just, I knew my limitations of what I could and couldn't do. So that's what I did. I took my first deep breath on the 15th of December that I've taken since I was 14 years old. And that's when I said, okay, I'm placing the diamond order now.
That's beautiful. So remember, everyone, this patch, this X39 patch does not cure, heal, or treat or mitigate anyone. We're listening to your body healing itself, because when you activate your body's own stem cells, your body can heal itself, which is just a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonial. Thank you so much for coming on today.
God bless you.
Wow. Yes.
Thank you for giving me the privilege to.
This is one of the most amazing things about this business is that this patch would have never come to you if somebody didn't take a chance and share it with somebody who shared it with somebody who shared it with somebody. And it's amazing how you go through and you touch so many people's lives just by opening your mouth and sharing this amazing technology with people. So what a blessing. And you've been a blessing tonight to so many. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I can't wait to hear how your health continues to improve as your body continues to heal itself. What a beautiful.
Amen. God bless you. God bless you. And may he continue to bless you, because obviously the blessings are obvious. But yes, you certainly do not look your age. So we have one more. I mean, at this point, guys, do we even need any more?
I know, right?
It's, the goosebumps are here. That's what I tell you. This is just, how can you not be excited? How could you say no to this? It's just like something that.
Yeah,
and
how can you keep this to yourself?
Correct, because it's really just a business of sharing. And you can pull the back off of this unimpressive little round Band-Aid and stick this sticker onto somebody. They might even be a one-patch wonder. You might see that their life changed just by the very first patch. But look at the blessings. And remember what Sahi said earlier, David offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you're able to give this product a try for 30 days and see if it helps your body to actually start working on the things that are going on for you. So we got to hear this last testimonial.
Yes. So now let's welcome Clark. Clark, are you there? Go ahead, unmute yourself, please.
Here.
Hi,
Hey,
Clark.
Clark, how you doing, buddy? Where are you coming from? And tell us really quickly, what are some of the benefits that you've experienced?
I'm from Houston also, but I've just been enjoying this for the last few minutes. This is awesome. Hey, but let me tell you what happened to me. I'm a paraplegic. I was shot 9 times years ago by gang, and I've been in a wheelchair ever since. So along with that, you get a lot of problems that come with that over the years. And during that time, I had to trust in the Lord. I've had many, many, many miracles. But I've been fighting something here recently, and I told my doctors, I had 4 different doctors, and they said, look, there's infection in your hip, and there's nothing we can do about it. My blood clots in my right leg, and it's been swelling for months. They said, look, there's nothing we can do. We can take your hip off and take your leg off. And I said, look, I'm not going to do that. I told all 4 of them, I'm not going to do that. But if y'all will just do all you can do, my God will do the rest. And I told all 4 of them that. And so I just sent it out for prayer. And 2 weeks later, a friend of mine, Tim, come over and said, Clark, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? He said, I had Lyme disease and I was about to have to retire. For 3 years, I've been in pain. But a buddy of mine gave me this patch. And 2 weeks later, I'm pain-free. I said, Tim, give me some. And so he gave me this patch on Saturday. Okay. And I put them on Saturday. Next Wednesday, my therapist come out. I had knots in my arms and pain, dislocated shoulders from a mission trip. We rode a car. And on Wednesday, when the nurse come out, she said, Clark, there's no more knots in your arms. I said, yeah, there's no more pain either. She said, wow. And that was Wednesday. And Thursday, getting into bed that night, my wife said, Clark, your leg is only about half the size it normally is. Wow. I said, oh, okay, wow. And so the next night, Friday, There was no swelling in my leg at all. It's been swelling for months.
Wow.
No swelling. This is the leg with the blood clots. No swelling at all. So I go, oh, thank you, Jesus. And then I turned right around on the Monday before. I started on Saturday, and on Monday, my brother, he's the 100% disabled vet. And he has arthritis from his neck to his tailbone. And he's like he's got a 50-pound bag on his shoulders all the time. I gave those to him on Monday. On Wednesday, he called me Wednesday morning. He said, Clark, that 50-pound bag is gone. I said, oh, wow. He said, it feels like I have a heat pad inside my back, all the way down my back. He come to pick me up Saturday to go to my pastor. He's 90. And so I wanted to share these with him. And we were sitting there talking to him. And my brother Dennis got up, went outside and come back in. He said, Clark, you're not going to believe this. Now, remember, this is only 1 week. We started Saturday before. This is the next Saturday. He said, my knee started hurting when I was in here. And I went outside and I squatted down. It's the knee that he blew out in 2005 and his ACL. And he didn't do the therapy right. And he couldn't bend his leg, but about a 45. He squatted all the way down. He said it like just broke apart and the pain left. He raised his leg all the way up and could bend it completely.
Wow.
And that's just that little amount of time. So just to finish up real quick, I know time is short, but we left there. I gave my pastor a patch at 1 o'clock. He calls me at 5 o'clock that evening. He said, Clark, we went to get a burger. And he said, you know, that sciatica nerve I've gotten, my hips hurt when I walk. He said, there's no pain in his legs anymore. 5 hours after he put the patch on. And that's just my first week. And I've been on it for 3 weeks now. And I can tell you 20 more just like this. It's unbelievable. Because I'm telling everybody I see. I mean, I feel like I'm doing them a disservice if I don't tell them.
You are.
My wife has psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis along with it in her feet and her knees. Last night she went to get groceries, and normally by the time she walks all through the store, she's kind of walking with a little limp, and she gets up to her knees and ankles hurt. This last weekend, the psoriasis is gone, and there was no pain in her knees and legs when she went to the store. Gone. And we only been on it for 3 weeks. So
what a blessing. What a blessing.
I'm going to tell you, I come across.
I can't imagine where you're going to be in 6 months. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think, Mike? Oh my
Yeah,
God. Your body's doing amazing things already with this amazing product.
You know, when he told me the name, just to finish up, when he told me the name of the patch, I like to fell out of my chair because he said X39. As soon as he said it, I said 39 stripes on Jesus, and Isaiah 53 says, and with his stripes we're healed. I go, whoa. I could not believe it. Whoa. I said, give them to me.
Wow. Amazing, Clark. Thank you so much. And may God continue to bless you. And may we share this blessing upon others.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
man, it's like you said, it should feel like an obligation. That's what Sai and I say. We feel like it's an obligation. It will be selfish.
Yes.
Not to share this amazing blessing with others. You know, the only way this can get better, the only way is if we can actually generate income by sharing it with others. And guess what? We can generate income by sharing it with others. You know, what's funny to me? That this business happens organically if the product works, right? And again, it's not that the product is healing like Onyx says. It's your own stem cells going to work, right? Your body doing what God designed it to do. And look, we are going to talk a little bit now about the opportunity side. And I know very well as a guy that has had nothing, right? We come from nothing. My wife and I were both high school dropouts. We were so broke, we couldn't afford to pay attention before learning about this industry back in 2006. We were able to generate millions of dollars running with Steve and Gina and Onyx. And I know what it's like not to have any money. And I know what it's like to have a lot of money. And I know the most important thing is this, that money is not the most important thing in life. It is not the most important thing in life, but it affects life's most important things, right? How much time you spend with your family, what kind of freedom you have, your debt, how much you get to travel. All of this is affected by our income, right? Your kids' education, your health, because it's cheaper unfortunately, to eat a Happy Meal than it is to buy 2 organic apples. I bought organic apples today. I got to tell you, it is cheaper to buy a cheeseburger at McDonald's than it is to buy organic apples these days. So income is very important. And I love the fact that we get an opportunity